What up, peeps? You guys said that you wanted to do a live, and I just got back in town, so we're gonna do a live today. We're gonna do a live chat about this week's episode of Insecure. Naturally, why are you heartbroken for Issa? I feel like things are going good for Issa. Why are you heartbroken? Hey, Dania. Hey, Eric. Hey there. Sorry, I'm smoking hookah. It's been a day. Ironically, through the episode, I found out my grandmother is in a hospital. So this episode hit a little closer to home tonight with everything, given everything going on. But how is everyone doing today? I'm sorry I've been in MIA. I'm finally getting back to me, to who I typically am. So thank you guys for bearing with me through all of this. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with this week's episode. So essentially, this is Insecure season 5, episode 5, Surviving. Okay, and we are all out here trying to survive. This week's episode is actually directed by Kerry Washington. So I thought that was cool that they had her come back and direct another episode. But let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you, Shanita. Thank you so much. I don't know if I need to fly down or not yet, but she's having surgery tomorrow morning. LA was good. It was long, but I'm back. I had to go to DC, but I'm back in Atlanta for like a week and a half. So I thought the episode was okay, and we can talk about this. We can talk like once I get done with the recap. We can talk about how this season is going so far because I don't know about you guys. I'm a little underwhelmed, but we'll get into that afterwards. So essentially the episode opens up and Molly is getting her best little life, okay? Because I was like, who was Molly smashing? Because like, did I miss something? Did I miss a boo thing? I know she said she was gonna get back out there, but I didn't know she was finna get back out there. But we see the episode opens up and Molly, Cliff, now that we know his name, Cliff was showing Molly what that mouth do, okay? And so essentially she was like, spell my name. And I was like, okay, like we spelling names, do what you gotta do. But after she gets her rocks off as she should, okay, we see that Molly ends up getting a ton of missed calls from her family. And so we find out that Molly's mom is actually in the hospital. And so essentially, like when she's in there in the waiting room trying to wait for the doctor to come and update them as to what is actually going on. And then we see her brother. He was like, I guess, when you don't know what's happening with your loved one and you think like maybe this could be the end, you think about like all the things that you said, like what was the last conversation that I had with, my loved one. And essentially, the last thing that he told his mom was that the dressing that she made, it wasn't her best. And I felt that in my spirit because, my mom decided that she was gonna stop cooking regular dressing from scratch. And she started using stovetop. And I think one year, I don't know if y'all know about Ryan's, but she had bought some dressing from Ryan's, and I was like, me and my brothers was like, Beach, what is this? What are we doing? Like, don't do this ever again. So I really felt that in my spirit what her brother had to say. But we see that the doctor ends up coming out and he was like, hey, there's nothing else that we can do for your mom. And I was like, hold on, like this escalated from like 0 to 100 real quick. And so essentially he takes them back to the room and then they realize like, fool, this is not our mama. Like, what are you talking about? This is not her. What are we doing? I just don't understand. So, first of all, y'all don't act like Stovetop don't be hidden. Like when it's not Thanksgiving, Stovetop still hits, okay? Stovetop still hits. just not when it's Thanksgiving. Like, I need the dressing from scratch. Like, what are we doing here? And so essentially, we see that um once the doctor realizes, like, hey, they made a mistake, the guy comes in and basically he's just like, hey, like, this the wrong person. I was like, you think? Like, do we all look alike? Like, do you just I don't understand. See, y'all know about Ryan's. Y'all know about Ryan's. Don't act like them biscuits. The biscuits though, the honey butter biscuits, hidden. Okay. So so essentially, once they realize that that's not their mother, and then they find out after the doctor's talking with them that, you know, she had a stroke. And so the gotcha is that this isn't her first stroke, that she actually had a stroke before. And so Molly's just upset because she's just like, so like, why are we just now finding this out? And I think it's normal because, you know, parents want to protect their children. They don't, you know, if everything is going to be okay, then why worry the kids? So this kind of ties into where we had found Molly at the beginning of the season, where essentially she had been getting on her parents about estate planning, that they need to have things set in place in case anything bad happens to them. And so I think this is just adding to Molly's not only her frustration with her parents, but also to, like, you know, her just how she worries about her family and how she wants to make sure that everybody is taken care of. And so we see that, you know, after they realize, like, this ain't our mama, and then the real family was kind of staring them down. And then I was like, okay, y'all didn't have to stare at them like that. It wasn't their fault that they had to mix up with the family. Like, dang. I was like, why they really mean mugging them like that? I was just like, this is a little bit too much. But you know what? Go ahead and say your goodbyes. I hope that everything, you know, was in place for your mother, you know, but just chill. But can I have a side note? Can we talk about how Molly was looking so good in that dress? I said, Beach, if I had your body, Molly, I would be wearing that dress too. I wouldn't even be telling Issa to go get me some new clothes. I would have been like, y'all gonna get all these abs, y'all gonna get all these thighs, all these breastises, you're gonna get every single thing. Okay? Y'all not ready for when I lose weight. When I lose weight, I'm gonna be naked all day, every day. So Molly just gave me the energy, the inspiration that I needed to get back into the gym and get back on my journey to a bad beach. Okay. Okay. I was like, Molly, if I knew you was wearing that, I would have been spelling your name too. Okay. So, oh, thank you, Steven. Hi, Steven. Thank you so much. Thank you, boo. So essentially, we see that Molly ends up getting a text message from Cliff as they're like sitting and having this conversation with the family. And so essentially Cliff sent her an emoji. Like, what did he say? Let me check my notes to make sure I get this right. So essentially he was like, you took me to the moon last night. And I was like, okay, Molly must have been really putting in some good old work trying to get that back broke out. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta have a little maintenance person. I don't know what that would feel like, because if my parents are watching, I'm a virgin. But if I were Molly, I'm not mad at her. I would probably be doing the same thing that Molly is doing. But we see that they get a call. You know how friends and family be calling. So Carol called and she was like, hey, I want to pray for the family. You know, you always got that one friend or family member be like, I want to go ahead and pray for the family. And then she was like, can she just send it via text? And I was like, baby, I don't think you could just I don't think you just send a prayer via text message, but do what you need to do. Like, if you feel like you don't have time to receive a good prayer for your mother, that's fine. But I'm just saying, I ain't never mad at somebody want to lay hands and want to pray for me. Go ahead and do it, okay? So I'm gonna pause there for a moment. Actually, no, let me keep going with them. So essentially, she ends up getting a phone call from Torrance from the office, and so he's asking her about this case that they're working on. There's some information that they need her to do that she was supposed to turn in, and so she says, "Hey, I'm dealing with some personal things. Can I get this to you later?" And I was just like, Molly, I need you to, like, at the end of the day, if you were to die today, they would have someone ready for you to replace you to do the work that is needed. So if something is happening with your mom, I guess I just didn't understand why she couldn't tell Torrance that, like, hey, my mother's in the hospital. He said obviously there was someone else that could have did the work. I just felt like Molly needs to learn how to detach herself from work and really just be in the moment and be there with her family without having that looming over her. So I was just a little confused as to why they couldn't have that conversation as to what was actually happening. Um, so essentially we see that as you know, they're getting updates from the doctor. He tells her like, hey, this stroke was, you know, really aggressive. This is more aggressive than the first stroke that she had, and that she could potentially deal with some paralysis, and that they really need to prepare themselves. But not her brother whispering her mama ear like, you use the right amount of paprika. I was like, baby, I'm sure she probably heard you, because some people do say like they can hear people talking to them when they were in like a coma and stuff. But I was just like, I don't think your mom gonna trip that you was talking about her dressing. Okay, I just want you to have peace in your heart and know that your mother is not going to forsake you because, you know, that you said her dressing wasn't doing what it needed to be doing at that moment. But I do want to take a break and have a conversation about Issa and Nathan. So they smashing again, I guess, after last week's episode. Essentially, they, you know, they're on good terms. And I really love Nathan's communication this episode. I just thought that he was so on top of it, so on point. I was like, okay, Nathan, you got me believing in you again, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was just like, I'm not here for Issa going back into her past with going back to Lawrence, going back to Nathan. I just really want her to just move forward. Okay. That made me think of a song, the Israel Houghton song, like, I'm not going back, I'm moving ahead. I'm sorry, because every time I start singing, then y'all leave. See, we already lost 5 people when I started singing. I was just trying to get a little praise and worship going on. I don't know why y'all acting like it's Sunday. We can do some praise and worship for Molly's mama. Fine, whatever. Um, so essentially, they're dating now, and we see that, you know, they both have their morning off. So she is like, hey, should we hang out more? You know, what should we do? But she's trying to be cool at the same time, not trying to rush anything into it. But Nathan's like pretty much down with this. And so when she calls Molly to make sure there's nothing Molly wanted her to do, and then she finds out about her mom. And I love that Nathan takes her to the hospital. He was like, hey, do you need me to stay with you? What do you need me to do? I was just like, Lord, can you send me somebody like Nathan who just understands? Like, who just like, whatever you need me to do, I'm here for you. A man, okay? A man. So we see Issa's just like, hey, like, no, I don't know how long this is gonna take. Like, you know, do what you need to do. I did like Issa's The Block is Hot sweatshirt for her business. I thought that was really dope. And so we see then Issa goes in and she talks to her, and then essentially she's like, hey, how about we get you some clothes? And Molly's like, yeah, because people be giving me some looks and stuff. And she was like, she was being a good friend and gave her clothes, so essentially she don't have to, you know, be a Jezebel walking around in the hospital and stuff. And so essentially they end up switching. I was like, okay, Issa look good too in the dress as well. But we see that Nathan picks her back up, and, you know, she says, hey, we need to go to Molly's and get some clothes. And so I forgot. I didn't know. Did y'all know that Molly's dog was named Flavor Flav? How did I miss that? So essentially, thank you, Nathan, for speaking up for Flavor Flav and saying, like, are you gonna take this dog on a walk? You just gonna let him like piss and crap all over the house? Like, what are we doing? So Issa's basically trying to pick out an outfit for herself. And I ain't gonna lie, that outfit that Issa picked out, I wouldn't have gave Molly back her clothes either. Never, because Issa was killing the little sweatsuit outfit as well. But we see CJ. Why you choose violence? Why CJ always choosing violence, huh? Why you choosing violence? Nathan is on good behavior. He is doing good, taking time for himself and showing up for Issa. Stop it. I miss Andrew too. I really thought that Andrew was gonna make an appearance, but at least they doing what I wanted them to do with Issa, where like we're just Andrew was last season, and we moving forward. Okay, we not going back to the past. Okay. So Issa, she didn't give two issues about that dang on dog. Okay, so why is Flavor Flav flavorless? Why y'all hating on the dog? Why y'all hating on the dog? Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. You killing me. So I do love that because of everything that happened that Issa and Nathan both reached out, they reached out to fam. And I really love that her mom called and we got to see Wendy, and essentially they're having this conversation and she was like, hey, like what we need to hang out more, you right, we got to do better, like family members, they'd be like, we're gonna do better, knowing y'all ain't finna do nothing different than what you did before. You was just in the moment, but at least you called your mama and said you loved her. I don't know why I was like, I'm sorry mama, I never meant to hurt you. I'm sorry, I can't help it, y'all, it just came to me and I felt like just whatever the Lord laid on my heart, I just had to sing it out to y'all. Please just, I'm sorry. See, I lost two people just because I started singing. Y'all so disrespectful. Y'all gonna appreciate my vocals one day. I'm really sick of being treated this way. You gonna appreciate my vocals, okay? Okay? Actually, you can't hide a stroke because I actually was just dealing with one of my family members, their dad had been sick, and when they took their dad to the hospital, they were like, actually, your dad has had several strokes. And they had no idea. So that really is a thing that you might not know. It could be mild or mini strokes, and they don't really present themselves in a way that someone will really, have issues or feel like they need to go to the doctor. So that really can't happen. So that wasn't like lazy writing or anything like that. I promise. I promise you. Also, too, there's 109 people in here. Let's go ahead and get those likes up, okay? Maybe if you hit the like button, and maybe I'll stop singing. But that's a lie. I'm gonna keep singing if the Lord puts it on my heart to sing, okay? So we see that her mom is having this conversation. She's basically like, you know what, girl, like what you doing the next couple of Sundays? And so we got a little Bible group. And then I was just like, that sounds just like my mama, except she'd be like, hey, I sent you some Bible study packets in the mail. And I'd be like, okay, girl, thank you so much. And then a year later, she'd be like, did you read the Bible packets? I'd be like, I didn't, but the Lord knows my heart. And he knows that I love him, okay? But I'm gonna do better because of this episode. When my mama sent me the next batch of the Kojic Bible study packets, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Bible study packets because you know what? We don't know how much longer we have with our parents, and as someone who lost their father, that is a true statement. So, we see that she was telling her about this book, and I really want to, like, y'all, that book sound dope as heck. I want to know what happened when they got to the gates. She was like, it started off real slow, but when they get to the gates and start popping, I was like, y'all, but please let this book be real because I want to know what happens at the gates. And so she sees that Issa is like looking around and stuff, and so essentially, she's like, Issa, who you looking at? Who with you? Just like a mama. And so she sees Nathan. And then, he like, hey, mama. And I was like, okay, look at him engaging with mama and stuff on the phone. This is too cute. And so, she said, like, she was like, who is Nathan? And then she was like, is this your boyfriend? And then I was like, is it your boyfriend? Tell the truth, shame the devil. What's going on? And then when he was like, yes, I was like, okay, all right, Nathan, you better sit up here and say, yes, that's my girl. Get you a man that's going to claim you before you even knew that you needed to claim him in front of mama. In front of the mama. I was like, yes, I am so here for this. So essentially, I'm like all smiling and cheesing. Issa trying not to smile and cheese. She kind of looked, she tried to play it off. I said, bitch, you know you was excited when he said that he was your man. You know you was excited when you said that. So we see that, she's like, pass the phone to Nathan, just like a black mama would. And she was like, oh, he got a nice smile. He got that Steph Curry going on. I said, ma'am, what? Why do we do this as black people? Why do we always compare that one light-skinned person to everybody else? Why do we do that? Why do we do that as a people? We do this all the time. She's like, he got that Steph Curry going on. No, he don't look nothing like no Steph Curry. So we see that after they get off the phone, well, first her mother asked for his phone number because she was like, Issa don't be answering the phone. She was like, but I just called you, so I'm really confused about why you saying that. But we all do that. We do that. My mom, she called and I'd be like, dang, I can't talk to her because they gonna talk to you for 10 hours. You ain't gonna be able to just be like, hey, how you doing, girl? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm in the land of the living. Okay, but I'm gonna talk. No, we're not gonna do that. Every time I get off the phone, then she bring up a whole nother conversation topic to start talking about. And I can't always answer the phone. But you know what? I'm gonna do better. I think that we all need to do better with our mothers. Mama, you know I love you. Okay, I'm sorry. I swear I'm gonna stop. See, I lost 3 people just for singing mama. Dang, y'all are a tough crowd. Like, this is wow. Just okay. I see y'all don't like doing karaoke. Fine. So then after they get off the phone, Issa, being awkward as she's always going to be, then she was like, hey, like, you don't have to, like, you ain't got to be my boyfriend if it's too soon or whatnot. And then I was like, Nathan, you better not F this up. And he was like, no, it's good. And I was like, oh, y'all, I felt like I was getting in a relationship. When he said that. I said, baby, we go together. Me and Nathan go together now, okay? We in a throuple. It's me, Issa, and Nathan this whole time. Like, we just in a whole relationship because I'm just gonna live through her. So essentially, after this conversation, we see that while they're kissing or whatever, because we go together now and stuff, then the dog get loose. And so this is when I discovered that the dog was named Flavor Flav. I was like, but I didn't know this. But it's the first time for everything. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention like I needed to be. But the dog gets loose, and then they trying to find this dang on dog. I was like, you didn't feel the dog like wiggling out of his collar though? Like you just didn't. Oh, okay. I mean, fine. I'm gonna let it go. So Nathan ends up telling the story about how he lost his dog, and how they were scared what their dad was gonna do to them, and then basically I was like, this is how I know that all Black people we have just a universal parenting, like just growing up. Because when he said that his dad told him, like, if somebody F with you and you let them do it, when you come home, I'm gonna F you up. My mama used to do that to me too. She'd be like, who bullying you? Somebody bullying you at school? I'm gonna tell you something. If they put a finger on you, if you get beat up at school, then I'm gonna beat you when you get home. And I said, ma'am, you were supposed to be a saint. You were supposed to be Christian. I don't think Jesus was telling his kids, if you get your behind beat, that you gonna get your behind beat by me. I don't think that's what the Lord was saying. And I never understood that. I was like, Mom, but the Lord said turn the other cheek. Okay, but you telling me if I turn the other cheek, I'm gonna get my ass beat when I get home. And I was just like, the math not adding up for me. Like, let's have that make sense. Actually, you know what? I think when I get off this live, I am gonna call her, ask her about that. I'm gonna be like, did the Lord not say turn the other cheek? Did the Lord not say that violence is not the answer? So why were you telling me that if I was going to follow the Lord's word, that you were going to beat my ass when I got home? This doesn't make sense. Like, can we get the pastor on the line as well so we can have a conversation about this? I just don't understand. I just love how just even talking about these conversations on insecure just makes me think about just the lack of parenting, okay? Especially from the Christian people. You supposed to be Christian, mama. Okay, let me just stop. Okay. So now Foxy, you brought up a very great point. So when the dog got loose, she was talking about how her mom's been all over the place, and Nathan was looking at her crazy, and I was sitting up there looking at her crazy too, like, take one to know one, because it seemed like your life is all over the place. Seems after Lawrence that you've been struggling too. Maybe this is the time for you and your mama to kiki and bond a little bit more, since you guys are going through the same things. But they went into the whole dog thing or whatnot. But we see that the dog ends up coming back, even though Issa was trying to look online for dog replacements. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have did it too. But luckily the dog came back like Nathan said the dog probably would. And so we see that they're sitting on the bench and she was like, you know what, I just love how attentive you've been and all of this, and that's why I love you. And I was like, oh, love girl. So okay, so love. Okay, so then Nathan looks at her and he kisses her, and then I'm like, okay, he finna say I love you too, and then he don't say I love you back. So had that make sense for me? But you know what? As much as I know people probably want to get on Nathan for not saying I love you back. I mean, y'all just became boyfriend and girlfriend, and now y'all like now you love him. I mean, I know they have history and stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know, boo. You might have rushed that. I mean, I say if that's how you feeling, then speak on it and say how you feel. But I don't want her to be thinking too much into it and be like, oh, he didn't say it back. Because you don't want nobody saying I love you when they don't really love you. So, I mean, what do y'all think about that? Do you feel like Nathan should have said I love you back? Do you feel like he should have said it? You said, Mara, you said it was too soon. But if that's how she was feeling, I think that's okay to say how you feel. Like, I mean, everyone's in this whole spirit of tomorrow's not promised. You saw Issa was, when she was talking to Molly at the end, like, or talking to Nathan. I was just with Molly's mom, and she seemed fine, and now she had a stroke. So, like, you saying that he didn't say it back because she all over the place, but it shouldn't matter. Like, if you love her back, like whether she's all over the place or not, then you should just, it's I don't know. If you love somebody, tell them you love them. So you're saying that you think he appreciated and expressed it, but you ain't gonna just gonna kiss me if you love me and say you love me too. I don't think the kiss was the answer. You gonna have to say you love me. So you said it was okay that he didn't say it back to his response was okay. I think his response was fine, but I don't want you to say something you don't mean. Y'all just became official. Now y'all talking about you in love, so I don't know, but we see that after all of that happens, Issa, goes back and she checks on Molly, and then Molly's beating herself up like, I should have like been over there, like hung out with her more. Like, you just never know what's gonna happen. That's why you live every day like it's your last. And I like that, it shows the growth with Issa and Molly's relationship about, when she's like, I'm always gonna be there for you. And so I thought that was really cute. Wait, you better not say I love. Wait, you better not kiss me after I say I. So y'all say he was supposed to say it back. What if he didn't mean it? What if he don't love her? I feel like thank you would have been worse. Do not be like thank you. Don't say that. I feel like if I would have rather had the kiss than that. Why do you feel like the episode felt like a daydream? Y'all felt like it wasn't real? Don't say thank you after I said I love you. I would be like, I love you, girl. That's what I would say. I would be like, I love you, girl. So yeah, afterwards. Oh, so the main part. Okay, so after that, Issa goes out into the hallway and then she sees Lawrence and condolences. And I felt my heart drop. I know her heart had to drop. And then Lawrence saw her and then she kept walking. She just walked on. I said, that's right, move forward. We're not going back. We're moving ahead. So yeah. So what you mean they could have put a cup in that thing? Was like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all, I feel like if someone said thank you for the love right back, I would have broke up with you right then and there. No. What was thinking though? What was thinking, y'all? What was thinking? Lawrence definitely looked like he saw a ghost, and he looked like he saw his life flash before his eyes, like the life of what would have happened if Condolences never got pregnant. Where would him and Issa be? Like when I say Lawrence was visibly shook, I was shook for him. I was shook for him. Oh, Nathan's Peen was thinking, I was trying to be a Christian. I was trying to just keep it PG, but his thing was thinking. I said, you know what? Thank you for the shot with the box. Thank you, Carrie, for the boxer brief shot. Thank you, Carrie. She knew what we was wanting. So, how do y'all feel about this? Like, how do you feel about this? How are we feeling about it? I personally think for this episode, the episode's fine, but we're halfway through the season and not a lot has happened at all. I mean, do y'all think, I just feel like not a lot has happened at all. We're on episode 5, about to be on episode 6. I am getting a little scared because I'm just like, I don't know. How are y'all feeling about this season? Like, how are we feeling about the season overall? Because I just think for it to be 5 episodes, like, it's kind of like they're trying to basically wrap everything up in a neat bow, but not answer questions at the same time. So they said things are going to ramp up. I mean, we only got, how many episodes we got left? We got 4, 5 episodes. It is dragging. That you, Shada, how you fall asleep? It's only like a 25-minute episode. And also too, like I will say, because I missed last week's recap, I didn't like that Nathan got a whole episode dedicated to him, and we still have not gotten a Kelly Center episode. I'm just saying, Nathan got a whole episode, and Kelly, who we've literally been saying, can you please just give us a Kelly episode? We have not gotten it yet. I'm starting to believe that too. I'm starting to think that it's going to be like an open-ended type of thing. And I don't know how I feel about that. Why Nathan is on the show? I mean, I don't know. They love Nathan. I feel like his mom has to, because like why, but because it seemed like he was feeling uneasy about it. Like he doesn't communicate with his family. So I don't know. We got a Tiffany episode when she was dealing with the postpartum and she like ran away. Do y'all really care about Kofi like having a storyline? Like I'm just trying to get to the main characters. I don't even think we needed to be introducing new characters. This is the last couple of episodes. We definitely gonna be arguing about it. I feel like this should have ended with 2023. That's two and a half seasons. Bye, Mara. I feel like the best episode was the Condolences and Lawrence episode. Thank you, boo. Not drier than a Popeye's biscuit with no water. Why y'all be saying Popeye's biscuits is dry? Thank you, Lisa. I hope so, because I mean, ain't nothing really been happening. I think it's only 10 episodes, y'all. Is it 8 episodes? Let's see how many episodes. How many episodes Insecure season 5? It's 10 episodes. Now DW choosing violence now. And you were right, Popeye's biscuits are not dry. Y'all better stop hating on Popeyes. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do to wrap up this season, but this first half was slow. You had like one good episode. You had like one good episode. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but that look that Issa gave when she saw Lawrence, oh, she finna start doing some flip flopping. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just like, I don't know. T, okay? Like she finna do some flip flopping. That look she had, I was like, girl, you just said you love you to somebody else, but somehow Lawrence got you weak in the knees just from seeing him with the baby. So what is it? Do you actually? She probably has love for Nathan, but I don't know. I think that I don't know. That part, it isn't giving a final season type of vibe. I mean, I like what they did with his character, but I don't know if I feel like he needs to come back for another episode. What you mean she told them to wait? I do think that her and Lawrence are gonna end up together in the end. I think she loves the idea of Nathan. I think she loves the idea of being with someone who doesn't have like a complicated situation going on with somebody else, but I don't know. Oh, see, y'all, I watch my screeners, so y'all be seeing the next week's preview. I don't get to see that. They need to have Ayana come on and fix her life. Actually, speaking of that, where is the show within the show this season? Are we not getting that? We're not getting the show within the show. That's what I want to know. Where is Daniel? You don't think Lawrence is the father? I'm sure Lawrence would have got a pregnancy paternity test by now. But they do a different show every season though. I think Daniel was the best guy she dated. The only reason they didn't work out was because of her. Hey Sharita, was she? Y'all took it way back with the Ponderosa. I want to see. I want to see Daniel. I want to see Daniel. Period. Point blank. I am drinking clearly Canadian. I haven't watched the Adele special. I haven't watched any TV. Like I have the other episodes for Insecure. I haven't even had time to watch. the rest of the Insecure episodes. I kind of like just doing it week by week with y'all and not knowing what's going to happen and testing theories and stuff. So, but if y'all don't have nothing else, that's all I have for this episode. So, y'all better stop calling Elijah Mufasa. I thought his middle name was Mustafa. Nathan's friend Molly slept with Andrew. What hookah? It's just a regular hookah. I'm out. The flavor is blueberry mint. They said that they were in an open relationship. Thank you. Oh, the new guy from the beach. Okay. Well, I need to post an interview with Issa, but they said that it was like they really were in an open relationship. Because I think we asked like what were some of the surprises, like how the fans reacted, and they said that one of the things that they were surprised at is that they felt that people really didn't believe that they were in an open relationship. I don't think so. I don't think it is. Thank you. I got it from the last Blockbuster. They have an online shop. And then I got some pants. Oh, okay. I thought I could. Oh, I thought I could bring it up. Oh, I can't. I can't. My legs can't go there yet. Yeah, I couldn't really see his face because she was sitting on it, so I don't really know. Oh, okay. I was like, sir, he give you camel toe, but I was like, no, I don't think that's what you're saying. He looks like a camel. Okay. If y'all go to the last Blockbuster, they got a whole online shop. I got this, that. I got a little Blockbuster face mask, and I got a Blockbuster card. Yes, they are. Actually, yeah, because what's his name? Randall Park is they're filming it there. No, who don't? Oh, you said he don't look like a camel. Any predictions for the rest of the season? No, because I don't. I mean, with how this pacing is going, I mean, I do believe that Lawrence and Easter are going to end up together, but I don't know. I really don't know. I just think that Lawrence and Easter are going to end up together. I don't know what else is going to happen, but yeah, I don't know why they didn't date in the first place. I mean, but we'll see. But yeah. I really like King Richard. It's such a good movie. I'm gonna post my review tomorrow. The stuff people having an issue with about King Richard ain't even. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. What about condolences? See, I got that yawning. I'm exhausted. I need to go to sleep. But I need to record first. But yeah, that's all I had. Brandon is actually from Just My Opinions. He is doing a live right now, so y'all can definitely go and chat with him. Thank you, Jackie. I found me a new the lip bar. They got some bomb matte lipstick, so that's you can get it at Target, but that's what I be wearing now, lip bar. They be having me pop my lips popping. You think Nathan's gonna run again? I hope not. Lisa, it's a long story. I have a nail appointment next week Just let me be basic in peace. My friends, I saw them, they was like, why your nails look like that? And I was like, dang, Trick. Most of the time, y'all have an issue with my nails being long, and now that they short, now it's a problem. I mean, she just gonna have a baby, and they gonna have to learn how to co-parent. I mean, Lawrence and Condolences aren't together, so I mean, the way y'all call her condo, I can't. I can't. But yeah. But yeah, those that's the episode there. Nothing, I mean, not a lot happened. I hope Molly's mom gets better, and I hope that Nathan, I don't know what the hell finna happen, but I definitely don't think Issa and Nathan are gonna wind up together. So yeah. So I don't think she could, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see next week. We'll see next week, Chad. But yeah. So everyone can go to Brandon's live at Just My Opinion reviews, and I'm going to go try to record some videos before I fall asleep because I'm exhausted. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and you will have a lot of videos coming from me soon. And I will chat with y'all next week while we figure out what the heck is going to happen. We'll talk about this next week. I don't know if I'm going to do the live, but if I don't do a live, I'll have a video. So, yeah. So, I love you guys. Have a great week. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Happy Thanksgiving. Send me some food pics so I can feel like I'm eating with y'all. Bye.